Alright, this feels weird. Hey guys, my name is Richard from Anchor Design and welcome to my channel. It is 2020 and I promised myself to start making YouTube videos once again. On this channel you can expect to learn a lot about graphic design. And to start the year off, I will do a video where I basically rate the 5 best logo rebrands of 2019. These are just my opinions. They doesn't necessarily have to be the best ones, but for me, they are the best ones. And I will also add that we will go through the actual new logo first of all, then we will compare it to the old one, then we will see the evolution of the actual logo, and we will end off by seeing the usage of the logo. So without further ado, let's dig right into it. First off, we actually have Dunkin, which is Dunkin Donuts, and this is something we don't really have in Sweden, where I live. It's up and coming in a sense, but as of right now, it's not really a place where you go. There's just something about the simplicity in this that I really like. It's super playful and, like I said, simplistic, and it works just so well. So with Dunkin Donuts, they basically just removed donuts and the actual logo that was this cup that was like on these tilted in a sense. Yeah, it was tilted. And they basically took the pink part of the donuts and half of the tilted cup and they added it to the apostrophe on Dunkin. With that, they basically kept their color scheme and it turned out very well. Going forward from this is that we will actually look at the evolution of Dunkin Donuts, and I must say that it's not the best they had before. Like, they definitely did a good thing rebranding like 7 times because, yeah, you'll see. So first off, we have the oldest Dunkin Donut logo, which is from the 1950s, and it's nothing really wrong with it. I think it kind of works. But then we have this 1956, and this is like super popular at the time, where you have like illustrations instead. And in 1997 they started to actually look the way they're looking today, in a sense that they started to have the orange, and for this time it was purple, but then they changed it to pink. But you can really start to see the Dunkin Donut now. And then we have the recent one that I guess that most of us are familiar with, which is the Dunkin Donuts with the tilted cup. The biggest part here basically is that they didn't just do a rebrand, a new logo, but they also changed their name. And also what I really like about this is how they use their new logo. And this is one example of how they are doing it. So depending on the size of cup, they also change their typography of the logo, which I think is really cool. I really like the smallest cup here, where they basically do something that's been kind of trendy for the last couple of years, but they remove all vowels. Anyways, you get the point. Moving forward, we have Android, and it's just such a good rebrand. They basically stripped it down to its core essentials, and I think that was a really cool idea and a really smart idea. So what they basically did is that they removed everything except the head of the robot. That's kind of their mascot, or it is their mascot. And they also changed the green color a bit to more of a mint green, which is really cool, I think. I must say that compared to the first green they had as kind of a puke or snot green, it's a lot better. What I don't really like about the old logo is basically the typography. I think it's really weird. I get that it's kind of supposed to be futuristic and Android-ish. Sure, it has some cool ideas with the N and the D are kind of the same, just tilted and things like that, but in all, I don't like it. And as you can see, they kind of went with the same style in 2014 as 2008, and sure, that's fine. They changed the typography, which is good because the first one was really bad. And what I really love is that they're implementing and using their mascot and making it like feel alive. As you can see on this image, you see that it is looking around. And I was really hoping that they were adding this onto their website. We're on the website here, but they don't seem to do that. So if you were to have the Android logo, maybe just this part that it was like following the mouse and it was looking around, or if it was a bigger version like in the middle here that followed you around. I really think that would be like a cool feature, like a way to interact with the actual mascot. Moving on to the third one, which is Volkswagen. Volkswagen. This is a Volkswagen, the car brand. And I must say that I really love this logo. It's so simplistic and minimalistic, and that's really what I focus on. So this speaks very much to me. One thing that's really bugging me though is that the circle, the width of the circle is not the same as the V and the W, and I don't know why that's bugging me so much, but it really does. And I think that it would look way more balanced if it was all the same. If you compare it to the previous logo, which is a lot more like it's 3D, it's looks metallic, it has a gradient. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, I wouldn't say. I think it's still like really cool, but I definitely prefer the new logo. And if you look at the evolution of this logo, they're actually more or less going back to the 1960s version of this logo, except that this one is, if you can see it, it's balanced. It has like the same thickness, and look how good this looks. Why didn't they do this? And what's really cool with this logo is also that it's super versatile due to its simplicity. And they kept the color scheme more or less the same, so it's a navy blue, a light blue, and white. And as you can see, it has a lot of variations of it, which is really handy. Moving on to Warner Bros. So what is there to say about this logo more than it is absolutely stunning? The best thing about this logo, in my opinion, that I really didn't think was gonna be like the highlight, is the actual typography that they got. It's very bold, and it even has like sharp edges, but it's so playful. And normally when you have like a playful type, it's not always, but a lot of time it is rounded on, like at the edges and things like that to make it more playful. But this one doesn't, but it's still so freaking good. So the old logo is like 3D, and it's a lot happening. It's very, very busy, and you have a lot of edges and a lot of highlights and a lot of shadows, and it is a really, really nice logo. This is one of my absolute like all-time favorite logos. The old logo has a special place in my heart because as a kid, like growing up, when this came on, you were like so ready that, oh man, this is gonna be a smashing video, like this is gonna be so fun, 1.5 to 2 hours of pure joy. With this change, I mean, I still love it because obviously I have it on the list, so I definitely love it. But there is just something about the old logo that I really love and that I will miss. Moving on to the evolution of this logo. Starting off, we have in the 1920s, they have already this shield actually, and the W and B. They still like have their core idea already, and they kept true to it, which is really cool. Moving on to the third iteration, it's basically the way it is today with the new rebranding. So it's longer than it is wider in a sense. Then we move over to the 7th iteration, and something weird happened here. And then as you can see, we have the ones that we've been knowing for the past, what is it, 35, 36 years. And then, yeah, we are where we are today with the new rebranding. And this logo is also very versatile due to its simplicity. And something that you've definitely seen before with Warner Bros. Is that they've always changed their logo to fit the movie. But actually, come to think of it, this rebranding as well as the Volkswagen one, they are super similar. I mean, yeah, this is very similar in a sense. But there is something missing here. I don't really know. Oh, I know. Huh? Huh? And the last rebrand on this list is actually, for me at least, Riot Games. I've been playing League of Legends for 6 years now. They made a new logo and kind of a rebranding last year. My first initial reaction was that this kind of looks like Rust, the game, if you ever played it. Like, I don't know why, but it just spoke Rust to me. But giving it some time, looking at it and just getting used to it, I think, I really started to like this. The original logo was something that's just always been there, so I haven't really given it a thought, but looking back at it now, it is so bad. It's such a big difference for the good. Like, it's so good as it is today, very balanced, and it's very game-ish. I can imagine the kerning here being a big like issue or problem, hard to get it look good and things like that. So they definitely done a good job with this, and I think there's a lot of thoughts put into it. And when it comes to like the evolution of this logo, this is kind of it. It hasn't really gone through more iterations than this. And the color scheme is super simple. It's red, white and black. Alright guys, so that was my top 5 rebrandings of 2019. I really hope you guys liked this video, and please let me know if you agree or disagree with me. And also, if you liked the video, please share it around with your friends and family, because I will start to upload a lot of videos during 2020. Oh, that's hard to say, during 2020. Also remember to subscribe and leave a like, and I see you guys in the next video. Hej då!